Title: Bullies attack black girl's little brother, unaware she's a martial arts prodigy. Malik's heart pounded in his chest as he ran, his sneakers slapping against the wet pavement. The air was cold, biting at his cheeks, but the heat of fear burned hotter inside him. Behind him, 3 older boys shouted, their heavy footsteps closing in. The narrow alley behind the school seemed endless, but Malik had nowhere else to go. "Stop running, you little coward," one of them yelled. Malik didn't dare look back. He clutched his school bag tightly, the straps cutting into his shoulders. All he wanted was to get home, to make it to the safety of the small apartment he shared with his sister. But before he could reach the end of the alley, a strong hand grabbed the back of his hoodie and yanked him backward. He stumbled and fell hard to the ground. Pain shot through his palms as they scraped against the rough concrete. The tallest boy, Jackson, loomed over him, smirking. He was the kind of bully who enjoyed making others feel small, because it made him feel big. "What's in the bag, Malik?" Jackson sneered, reaching for it. "Leave me alone," Malik muttered, trying to pull it back. The other 2 boys circled like vultures, laughing. "You think you're tough just 'cause your sister's always around?" one of them mocked. "Bet she ain't here now." At the mention of his sister, Malik's stomach sank. Aisha had told him to walk straight home after school. She had been protective of him ever since their parents passed away, leaving her as his only family. She was quiet, studious, and never caused trouble, or so people thought. Jackson shoved Malik against the wall. "You gonna cry?" he taunted. Before Malik could answer, one of the boys shoved him again, harder this time. His head hit the wall, and tears welled in his eyes, not just from pain, but from the humiliation. He hated feeling weak. Then, a sharp, commanding voice cut through the air. "Let him go." The boys turned. At the mouth of the alley stood Aisha. She wasn't yelling, but her voice carried a weight that made even Jackson pause. Her dark eyes were fixed on them, her jaw set like stone. Jackson smirked. "Or what? You gonna call the principal?" Aisha stepped forward slowly, her hands at her sides, calm and controlled. "No," she said, her tone flat. "I don't need to call anyone." The boys laughed, but Malik knew that look on his sister's face. He had only seen it once before, when a drunk man in the street had tried to grab her bag 2 years ago. That man had walked away limping. Aisha stopped a few feet away. "Last chance. Walk away." Jackson spat on the ground. "Make me." It happened so fast, Malik almost didn't see it. 1 second, Jackson was reaching for her, the next, he was on the ground, clutching his wrist, his face twisted in pain. Aisha had moved with lightning speed, a precise joint lock followed by a sweep that sent him tumbling. The other 2 boys froze. "What the?" Aisha's voice was cold. "I've been training in martial arts since I was 10. You don't touch my brother. Ever." One of the boys charged her, but she sidestepped and used his momentum against him, sending him crashing into the wall. The 3rd boy backed away, hands raised. "We're sorry. We're sorry." Aisha didn't move until all 3 had stumbled out of the alley. Then she turned to Malik and helped him up gently. "You okay?" she asked, her voice softer now. Malik nodded, though his throat was tight. "I'm fine. But Aisha, I didn't know you could do that." She gave a small smile. "I don't like to fight unless I have to. But protecting you? That's different." That night, Malik couldn't stop thinking about what had happened. His sister wasn't just his guardian, she was his hero. But in the days that followed, the challenges didn't magically disappear. The bullies stayed away from Malik, but rumors spread through school. Some kids admired Aisha, others mocked Malik for needing his sister to fight for him. The whispers got to him. He started wondering if he'd ever be able to stand up for himself the way she did. One afternoon, Aisha found him practicing punches in their small living room. His form was sloppy, but his determination was real. "You want me to teach you?" she asked. Malik nodded eagerly. From that day on, their routine changed. Every evening after homework, Aisha trained Malik. She taught him not just how to fight, but when to fight and when to walk away. She showed him discipline, control, and respect. She made him repeat one lesson over and over: real strength isn't about hurting others. It's about protecting those who can't protect themselves. Months passed. Malik grew stronger, faster, and more confident. He didn't look for fights, but he no longer feared walking home alone. The real test came one spring afternoon. Malik was leaving school when he saw a smaller boy cornered by the same bullies who had once tormented him. Jackson and his crew were up to their old tricks. Malik's heart pounded, but he remembered his sister's words. He walked up, calm but firm. "Let him go." Jackson laughed. "Oh, look. Little Malik thinks he's tough now." Malik didn't rise to the bait. "I'm not here to fight you. But if you touch him, you'll regret it." Something in his steady gaze made Jackson hesitate. After a tense moment, the bullies backed off and left. Malik turned to the boy. "You okay?" The boy nodded. "Thanks." As Malik walked home, Aisha was waiting by the door. "I heard what happened," she said with a proud smile. "Looks like you didn't just learn martial arts, you learned how to be strong." Malik grinned. "Guess I had a good teacher." And that's the thing, strength isn't about muscles or speed. It's about courage, discipline, and the willingness to protect others. So if you're watching this, remember, you might not be a martial arts prodigy like Aisha, but you can still stand up against cruelty. You can still be someone's protector. And sometimes, just knowing someone's in your corner can change everything. Speech balloon: what would you have done if you saw someone being bullied? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to Be Kind always for more inspiring stories that remind us all of the power of kindness and courage.